MP for Adansia Soka K.T Hammond is also blaming the leadership of the opposition NDC for the acrimonious scenes witnessed in the chamber since the beginning of the 8th Parliament. K.T Hammond claims the NDC MPs had already served notice they will oppose the E-Levy bill at every twist and turn. That's not all. He also alleges that the consistent presence of the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, in the chamber during a crucial decision in Parliament spurs on the minority to misbehave. Parliament, since the inception of the 8th Parliament, has been involved in a series of disturbances and chaos, which has widely been condemned by the citizenry. The former Deputy Energy Minister, who is incensed over the conduct of the minority, alleges former President Mahama may have been involved in asking the NDC MPs to fight the E-Levy.
We agreed that appropriation bill will pass. And then their view was that, well, appropriation having been passed, we would not help you to pass the E-Levy. As far as they are concerned, it comes from top beyond the members of Parliament, even the leadership of Parliament. It all goes beyond them. They've got constituency, and their constituency is not their simple individual constituencies. They got the bigger executive constituency. So there wasn't much they could do by way of that.
So do I get understanding that, I mean, the NDC as a party were the ones who actually forced them?
Yes, if you didn't, come on, I'm surprised that at your level you don't know that this is the level.
These are MPs who have independent...
Listen, don't play the ostrich game over here. I mean, they got separate thoughts. You think we don't also have our MPP doesn't have our...
For you to allege that they are being controlled by the party.
It's not an allegation. I said, don't catch the General Secretary is always here. What do you think he's doing here? Is he a chimney sweeper? He cleans up there for us. You think that's what he does there? I said, don't catch is always General Secretary over the NDC. He's here. It's a secret. If you don't know, I'm telling you, they are bigger constituency. It's more interested in this matter than you imagine. And so, as far as they are concerned, this is a matter that assumed the dimension that I have described. It's not limited within their circles and leadership as the individual. You think independent. We are independent. When it comes to a party, listen, we are here on the ticket of a particular party. They are here on a party called NDC. We are here on one called NPP. If you play the game, I'm independent and I'm this and this, and you're not part of a family. There's a family, you can understand them. They're saying that, well, this is what the family are saying. Family says that we are against this one. So do your numbers. Well, that's fine. I mean, their bigger constituency out there is telling them that they shouldn't help us. They shouldn't agree with government.
So we should blame their bigger constituency for what?
I mean, indeed. If you ask me that, I'm prepared to go on record that those are the people, or that constituency is the group to be blamed. The good people of Ghana.
John Mahama involved.
If we have to mention the former president, why not? I don't know who constituted the bigger group, but I do know. I don't know whether John Mahama should be mentioned, because as far as I'm concerned, if you are no longer the president, you are not, he doesn't hold any position.
He's very influential. He's preparing to lead the party.
That's fine. I don't.
And even the caucus are backing him to lead.
I do not know about that. But as I say, if it's the fact that he is at the center of it, then of course you should take a...
Is that your suspicion that he could play a part?
My position is that constituency, that big constituency, definitely Asiedu Nketia, definitely Ofosu Ampofo, because he's the chairman. Asiedu Nketia is the general secretary, and of course the leadership. Indeed, I'm even prepared. I was going to include their elders, but I'm not sure the role the council of elders are playing in the, But at least I am clear in my mind about the leadership, and to this extent, if John is playing any role, I'm happy to include.
K.T Hammond also alleged that the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, is not living up to expectations due to his affiliation with the opposition NDC. This, he believes, is making it difficult for the Speaker to walk the fine line without courting the displeasure of his party supporters.
He was complaining the last time about being number 2, number 3. Now I hear he's number 2. But, the status of number 2, he should imagine the status be commensurate with presence in the House. If for some unavoidable reasons, a matter of health or any other reason, he is not there, it's understandable. On this occasion, we don't know what happened, but... you force me. I'm going to behave once like my friend K.T. Japan. He says things like, "No, I won't talk about it." Before he's talking about it. I am not him, so I won't talk about it. But he isn't. He wasn't there. We hope that when we come on the
has he lived up his petition as a speaker.
It's been difficult. It's been difficult. You see, let's again be realistic. Alban Babe was always NDC. I don't think he was ever going to change to be MPP. It's not possible. I mean, the leopard and the skin and those things, you know how it is. So Alban Babe was always NDC. He was running for the, what do you call it, the presidency. I mean, all of a sudden, and we didn't vote for him. We MPP didn't vote for him. Except, of course, whatever happened, he won it. So the whole caucus of NDC, they voted for him. His spirit, his blood, his everything is still NDC. There's no doubt about that. You can't blame him. You think you voted me as the Speaker of Parliament, I'm certainly NDC. Let's be realistic politically. I mean, so he's sitting there. Yes, having been appointed or elected or whatever the speaker is supposed to be a referee, a neutral referee. Is it possible? That's the difficulty he has. And Sedun Katia comes to his office. What does he come there to do? But who stops and says, you can't put handcuff around Sedun Katia's legs and hands, even though General Mosquito, if I could, if I could, I would wrap him up in whatever and throw him away. But you can't. He goes in there.
So he's not being the kind of speaker you expect.
It's a difficult. No, again, you are wrong. Having been voted as speaker, certainly as MPP, is going to. Yeah. We'd expected that he would here and there try, and then nobody one day thought that he suddenly was going to sit down and start clapping for MPP. Yes, you guys, what's your number? Come on, move on. This